All right, so this is Jeff Norton, KN4KUU. Another fix, and we're going to undo the fix that we did last time. We're going to make some changes. We found out that there's some issues going on with the nature coast not being set up correctly in the Fusion repeater list, blah, 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 blah. So at the end of the day, let's just get it fixed. So this is what we need to do, guys. So first thing is log into your Fusion. We're going to actually undo the fix that we did last time because we'll go ahead and set it back. I do apologize for some of the background noise though in the back. I am in my server room as I do this video, so it might be a little loud. You hear some fan noise. But we're going to undo the fix that we did the other day, and we're going to put in a new fix. That's right, a new fix. It never ends, right? Welcome to the wonderful world of Linux. So the first thing we want to do is our standard install. Let me move some screens around here so I can see. So we're going to go into the admin button. We're going to click that. Admin, come on. There you go. And then we're going to go into configuration. And then we're going to go into expert. And as you guys know from my previous videos, SSH access. That's SSH access right here. That's going to take you into that. And of course, we need to log in with our standard login star. Just make sure I get it right. And of course my password. And for those that are new watching the video for the very first time, don't expect the cursor to change or anything like that as you're typing in password or to progress any further, because it just doesn't happen in the Linux community, in the Linux world. So you'll type in your password. Let me kind of go back here and show you this again. So let me reconnect. I get sometimes us computer guys, we get way ahead of ourselves. So we're going to type in our username that you normally log into the Pi-Star with. And when I talk about the cursor, this little blinking dot here, as you type in your password, it is not going to change at all. It's just going to sit there and blink at you. Don't worry, you are typing in your password, and just hit enter, and that should take you to the screen. So as we get to the screen, as you know, the first thing we need to do is that we need to run this command here, RPI-RW. That's RPI-RW. And what that will do is that will put you in read-write mode within the Pi-Star. By default, it's only read-only, and we're going to be making some changes, so we need to be able to read-write and do all of that good stuff. So from here, we want a sudo. We want to go over to the super user. sudo is the command. I'll move my mouse off there so you can see it. So it's sudo and that means take us to super user. Now you know you're a normal user when you see right here where it says Pi-Star. Watch what will happen. When I go into the super user mode, there's a couple changes that will happen, and we'll talk about that as it happens. So you hit enter. That takes you there. You notice it changes to red. It also changes to root, and that means that you are the super user. You are the admin of the box, and also in the Linux community, you have a hash sign or a pound sign, whatever you want to call it. That also denotes that you are now root. So now we can have some fun. We can break some things. So the first thing that we want to do is I'm going to teach you something that will help you on any Linux system. We have a locate ability. So what you want to do is you want to type in apt get. Let me get on the right screen as I type here. Apt get install. That means get the application. That's an abbreviation for get the application. We're going to install, and the name of the application is called mlocate. Locate. Make sure I spell it right. MLOCATE. Apt get install mlocate. Now for me it's going to say I already have it installed, but for you it's going to say, do you really want to install this? And you're going to say yes. Just say yes. Just press Y. Trust me. The other application you want to get is wget. That's wget, G-E-T, and you're gonna press that, and that is going to, in your case, it might say, do you want to install? In my case, I already have it installed. So there you go. That's the first thing that you want to do. The next thing you want to do is we need to get an application. Now, instead of you having to type this application, because it is pretty detailed in the system, what I've done is I've already written the application for you. That's right. I already written it for you. So that way you don't have to type it in again and stuff. You can just go out there and get it. And the way that you do that, we use that product, remember, wget is what we downloaded. Now, the way that you would get the product, stay in the same directory. Don't do anything. Don't move out of this directory. We need you to stay in this directory. But this is the command that you need to type. wget, W-G-E-T, move my cursor again, http kn4/kuu.com. And now this is where it's very important. In the Linux world, case is everything. So if you call something with an uppercase and then you call the same file with a lowercase, they are separate files. Yeah, they're separate files. So you need to make sure you have this right. So it's check, C-H-E-C-K, gateway, check gateway. And the G on the gate is capitalized, everything else is lowercase. So you should see exactly what you see on the screen here. wget http://kn4kuu.com/check gateway, with the G being capital. That's it. And it's all one word. Check gateway is all one word. When you hit enter, it will go out and grab that file. Now, and it will come back and tell you that it's there. So and to know that it's there, you just type in ls for list, right? And you should see check gateway, all lowercase, in your thing. Now, when you get it, now because I already had it installed, it automatically appended it to .1. But what you will see is you'll see check gateway, and it will be white or some other color. It will not be green. Now what we need to do is we need to make that executable. And the way that we do that is we type in this command, chmod, change mod, A+X, check gateway, right? And I'm going to do lowercase. You'll see that see how look, I was talking about case being very important in the Linux world. Well, there you go. There's check gateway with a capital W, and that's one program. And here's another one with a lowercase w. That's another program or application. So case sensitivity, they call that case sensitivity in the Linux world, is important because they are two separate files. So you need to make sure you got it right. So you go change mod A+X, check gateway, and you hit enter, and that should turn everything to green. Now mine was already green to begin with, and everything, so that is good. Green is good. If you want to know what that program does or whatever, you can go in and look at it a little bit later, but trust me on this one. It's there, it works, we tested it. So that's the first thing that we need to do, is we need to pull that check gateway over, and that will check it and everything, and clean up the file. The second thing is that if you guys follow my other videos without you having to reinstall or reimage, we're going to undo what we did last week. Last week. Gosh, time flies over, right? So the way that we do that, remember I had you download mlocate? Now that allows you to look for specific files. So the first thing we need to do is we need to update DB. That's update DB, all one word, and you hit enter. And that will go out and it will search and index all of your files on your PyStar. And now we're looking for, remember, star.old, or whatever you call that file that we changed, and that's the text file. And maybe, you got to type in locate, L-O-C-A-T-E, locate space star.old. Star is basically anything, what we're looking for is anything that has the .old structure on it. And this might jar your memory. If you remember right, we went and changed the YF's hold to old or whatever. So that's one. The other thing that we did, if I remember correctly, we had a cron tab. So we're looking for another one is cron locate star.cron. Let's see if we can find that. There it is. sbin pystar .cron. So that what we want to do is we want to go to this directory. And this is, we're going to undo what we destroyed the other day, and we're going to set it back to where it was. Wait, there we go. Let's do this right. So we type in cd/usr/local/sbin, right? If I remember right, that should take us, so we hit enter, we do an ls, we see the pystar, oh, there it is right there, pystar.daily, and in my case, I actually named it yesterday's date. So what we need to do is we're going to restore this back to where it was before, to turn the cron jobs back on, because the actual defect was not the cron job. The actual defect was in another file itself, which we're fixing right now. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to get rid of your cron, your pystar-daily.cron, the one that we edited. So the way you can do that is just say rm -rf. Now be very careful with this command, because this is a remove, and there is no waste basket in Linux. Once you remove something, you remove it. It is gone, and there is no way to get it back. So make sure you type this in exactly the way that you want it to be typed in. Now, what you could also do is you could just copy this. Actually, that would probably be safer for now. So let's just say copy. So cp pystar-daily.cron, and we're just going to call it .old, right? We're just going to call it pystar-daily.old. That's probably safer. Oh, you got to give it the name. So it's .cron, and then pystar-daily.old. There you go. I was in remove, because in remove you just give it its name and it removes it. So we're going to copy pystar-daily.cron, and we're going to give it to pystar-daily.old. Make sure you put a space between the file that you're copying to the file that you're copying it to. Hit enter, and that should move that file to .old, right? Now we can remove, we can go rm -rf pystar-daily.cron. We need to get rid of that file altogether for right now. And you hit enter. This will actually delete it. It's gone. It will not exist anymore. And I do apologize on that. I just banged my phone there. Hit enter, and it's gone. You will see now that the .cron is gone. Now, the pystar-daily, and then whatever you named it, I just happened to give it a date. We need to turn that one back into .cron. So the way we do it is we type in move, and then we mv for move pystar-daily.2010527, and we're going to call this pystar-daily.cron, and that will set that application back. See, that's why it's very important that you just don't delete things, you just rename them. That's all you got to do, is just rename them. And if you have to go back, now if you happen to delete this file altogether, you know, you're going to have to restore that somehow. I hope you got a backup somewhere. That's why it's always good practice, instead of just deleting things, to rename them before you delete them, or just rename them altogether. Doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, and hit enter. And that's going to, as you can see, that's going to put that daily.cron back that we changed the other day. That's going to fix that. Now, we're not done yet. We got a little bit more to do. Remember our good friend Cron tab? Now, if you remember, so let's go back to where we installed the check gateway application. The way you do that is cd /home/pystar, pi-star. That's going to take you back here. We're going to do an ls, and we're going to make sure that the application's there, and it sure is. And remember that, right? And you might want to do pwd. This will tell you what directory you're in. So you go pwd. Now, remember our good friend Cron tab? Yeah, cron tab. So we go into cron tab minus E. So that's CRONTAB minus E, and you hit enter. Oh, it's got our nano. Oh my gosh, I hate this. You guys that know me know that I hate nano. The way that you get out of that, there you go. I'm typing VI. You hit the Control X, the left hand CTRL X key, and you say no. All right. So what we need to do is we need to change this. And the way that you change this is you type in export visual equal VI, right? Export visual equal VI. And that should change now when we go into cron tab. That should put us in VI mode. And there's nothing wrong with nano. I don't like it. I don't use it. So for consistency, we're going to use VI. We will always use VI. So use that export visual equal VI for the VI editor. Now if we hit enter, there we go. That's the edit. That's what we're looking for. Now, what we need to do is we need to check, we need to run that that gateway, check gateway application that we just installed. And there's nothing wrong with running it every 2 minutes, because the way the code's written is that if it doesn't need to change, nothing will happen. So what you're going to do is you're going to type the same exact thing as you have in here. So make sure you hit insert. The I button is the insert button. So put it to the next line and hit the insert button. You're going to hit star hyphen every 2 minutes. Star space star space star space star hyphen USR hyphen BIN hyphen sudo hyphen or space minus capital H, and then remember the directory it was in, and I'm just going to help you. It was HOME PI star, and then the name of the program that we're going to run is check gateway, CHECK capital G ATEWAY. And you know, we're going to pipe this to dev null as well, because you know it does have output. It does have output, but you know, there's no reason, since we're running this in the background and we're not actually looking at our screens, we don't care about the output. And so dev null. So we're going to make it look just like the one that we added for the check network reset, but we're going to call it check gateway. Now, the way this program writes, now we're going to hit escape. I'll tell you how the program works. So we'll get into it here in a second so I can show you. But to get out of here, to write this, you're going to hit the escape, ESC, which is up at the top left. You hit the escape key, colon, WQ for write quit, and you hit enter, and there you go. Now, if you could not save this, if you got an error, it was because you couldn't save it. It's probably because you didn't do this, RPI-RW. So if you had that error, you can type that in and then go back into it again, and then we'll just arrow down and you'll see it down here, and you can add it, and you can escape colon WQ for write quit. All right, so there you go. There's the application. Now, you guys want to see what it does? So let me we're going to do a VI check, and you don't have to do this. You can just watch my screen and see what it does. So basically what happens is we declare a file, and this is the file that is messed up from the host directory. We're looking inside that file for text that says Nature's Coast, right? Nature Coast. And the way this does is that if it goes in and it finds that Nature Coast is in that file, it says it's found, right? If it doesn't find it, guess what? It adds it. It adds that text, and that's what we're doing, and that will replace that error until Steve can get it updated there in Fusion. But that's how the file works. And I'll just leave this up. Yeah, a little bit of coding right there, a little bit of bash coding for you guys. I'm just going to quit exclamation point. There's no reason to write quit. I'm not changing anything, so I can just say quit exclamation point, and that gets us out of the file. There you go. You're good to go. Now, if you wanted to run this now, because it's going to run every 2 minutes, but if you wanted to run it now, you can hit // check gateway, all lowercase, check gateway, and it will do it. And it, oh, there it goes, not found. Look at there. So my host file was not found. I wonder what happens if we run it again. I bet you it's going to find it. Oh, nope, still not there. Wow, why did that not write? Oh, no. Oh, danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Let's see what's going on. This is kind of fun. Let's see what it did. There it is. Look at there. It's adding it. You know why? Because it doesn't like... See, we learn something new every day. It doesn't like the space in the file. Looky there. So the way we fix that is we go in here and just say nature. Let's see if that runs. Found. Yeah, it doesn't like that space. All right, so the fix for that code is you do a VI, and you just get rid of the space coast, and just keep in nature. See that? And the way that you do that is you're here and you just hit the insert key and you just hit your delete key, DELL. Actually, this is what I will do. I will fix the code on the one that you download. So you don't have to make any changes. I will fix the code on the one that you download, and then that way it will be good to go for you. And I do apologize for that confusion, but hey, that's just the way it works sometimes, right? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And we'll have that change. I will make that change. That way you don't have to make that change at all. But as you can see, as I run the command here with the thing, it says it's found. Now to test it, I will go in here. You don't do this. You don't have to do this. And this is a feature that they don't allow you to do, so you have to do it by hand. So I will go in here. I will go down here to the very bottom of the file. There you go. Nature goes there, and we'll just delete it. So now it's gone for good. Right? It's gone. So now we will run not found, and it should have written it. So we'll go down here to the bottom. Just checking it. And there it is, not found. Right? And then we'll run it again, because it's kind of weird that it seems like it's writing it twice. So we'll go back in here. It should only still write it once, because if it finds it, it should not write it again. It should just find it the one time. There you go. So there you go. So that is working. Yeah, you know, this is called usability acceptance testing. I just tested it several times, and we can just run it one more time just for grins. And we can go in here to the very bottom, and we will see where it's at. Make sure it only wrote it once. We only want it to written once. There you go. There, it seems like it is working now. If you want to know where that file is, I'll just leave that up right there. It's /user/local/etc ysfhosts.txt. All right, so there it is. Take a look at it. You can pause the video anytime, obviously, if you need to see something. and everything, but that is it. Now, like always, it's always a good habit to type in exit and exit again and get out of the VI editor. That is all for today's video. I hope this fixes the problem. So today we addressed two things. Number one, we're adding the file back into the YSS host.txt file, the nature coast, number one. Number two, we're undoing the work that we did yesterday in our other video where we disabled all of the auto updates. We went ahead and put those back and had those up and running. And like always, if you have any questions or concern, you can always join me here at the Nature Coast Fusion group. I am usually in front of the radio pretty much from 9 to 5 Eastern time. Or you can send me an email, Jeff, Jeff, at kn4ku.com. 73's to you, and hey, have a great day. Get out there, encourage fellow hams and new hams to get involved in this wonderful, wonderful community called Ham Radio. Thank you. Have a great day.